Hello everybody, I am AirEnderman, and today I will talk to you about the origin of my very name. So the origin of AirEnderman, the name is it's pretty interesting actually. It might be what you expect, but it might not be. It started back in 6th grade, around that time, where I was first learning about Minecraft, the popular game released back some years before I learned about it. The first video I saw about Minecraft was the TNT parody of Tide Cruises, whatever it was, made by Captain Sparkles. I saw the video and I fell in love with the game so much. I just wanted the game so bad I would do anything for it. Man, that game was just heaven to me, even though I've never played it at the time. Around that time when I had two friends, I'm going to go and tell you about them. There was Zeth and there was James, okay? Zeth as in Z-E-T-H. It's a really uncommon name. But all three of us were very big fans of the game Minecraft. But we really wanted to make a server. So making a server was like our main goal because we loved the game so much and we wanted to start something really cool. James was the one that began conjuring up the idea of not my name AirEnderman, but something we called the Hoodie Kings. Okay, so what was the Hoodie Kings? It was a group of 4 people. It was me, James, Zeth, and Zeth's cousin Alex. Well, it was the 4 of us. We were based in Minecraft or whatever, and our story was interesting. But I'm going to tell you about the characters before I go into all that. It took some time to conjure up the idea of the characters. I mean, honestly, I have no idea where the characters came from. I'm not sure when we actually started talking about them. James, if you're watching this, explain the characters in the comments below because I don't even know where they came from. But we had the ideas of the characters down. I'm not sure where it came from, as previously stated. But our names that we would be giving each other, or the names that we would be giving ourselves, would be based off of the 4 elements. One of the ones we chose one of the elements to represent us, which would be the whole earth, water, air, and fire thing. See, it's being narrowed down a bit. Okay, James was fire, Zeth was earth, Alex was water, and you guessed it, I was air. So that's the first half of the name. We have air. Let's put it up here. But okay, we have air. We have air. It's right there. I'm pointing to it, hopefully. Yep. Okay, so where did Enderman come from? Well, our characters were based off of the element that we chose, and then our favorite mob, which was the monsters in Minecraft. See, it's being narrowed down a lot now. James was originally a golem. Zeth was a creeper, and he still is. Alex was a squid, and you guessed it, was an Enderman. And we're gonna put it and complete the word right here, even though I'm kind of lagging. I don't know where that's coming from. But AirEnderman, that's where it came from. It came from the Hoodie Kings idea. And by the way, the Hoodie Kings, I'm casting a shadow. You can see more about what that was supposed to be in my very first video uploaded to this channel. Link in the description below. Okay, so we have the characters. We have the names of the characters. So what was this about? The Hoodie Kings were basically 4 survivors of Minecraft, or not necessarily they were put in a bad situation and they had to survive, but that they were just, Minecraft is, you live to survive. I don't know how else to explain that. But it was just 4 of us. We were just regular guys. We didn't have any kind of powers or anything. In fact, in my first video that I uploaded to the channel, Minecraft Hoodie King server, whatever it was, I made a lot of assumptions, and I probably shouldn't have. I assumed you guys knew what it was all about, like saying, we're the Hoodie Kings, and this is what's going on. Like, no. No. Okay. So the Hoodie Kings basically starts off in a forest, Minecraftian forest, and we're building our house. It's decent size. We all can live in it pretty comfortably, but we start running out of materials. We can't complete the house without the materials, so one of us, whoever it was, recommends, hey, we're running out of materials. We should go back in the forest, deeper down in the forest, and get some more materials to build this house. So we do that, and after a bit of exploration, getting wood, chopping down trees, punching trees with our fist, all that stuff, one of us sees something off in the distance between all the trees and whatever, something that looked kind of metallic and interesting, and my hair's being weird, and we were like, hey guys, or the person was like, hey guys, what's that? What's that over there? It's weird. So they're all like, huh? What? Huh? What? Okay. And then they're looking the same direction. They're all like, whoa, that actually is kind of odd. Let's go explore it. So little did they know that observation would change their lives forever. So they go off to explore whatever that was and see what it was. Turns out to be a laboratory. It's a laboratory. And it's an abandoned laboratory. There's no one inside of it. It's just there with some stuff left behind it. They go inside, they look at all the different things that's in there. They got redstone testers or cauldrons with potions, and my lamp's about to fall off my desk. So they look through this room and they see all that stuff, and they go into another room. In this room were 3 broken escape pods, and there was another portal probably used for some kind of testing. They were looking at those things and some other things that were in the room, and they're like, this place is kind of weird. It's odd. You guys haven't seen my pop filter yet. It's amazing. It works really well. But they look around and they're like, whoa, this is some cool stuff. But after a little bit of time, they start hearing this very slight hissing noise. It's like... So, over time, that increases in volume, and they're wondering, one of us catches onto it, and we're questioning it, like, guys, do you hear that? It sounds kinda familiar and creepy, and we probably shouldn't be here, type thing. Well, after some time, it increases in noise, and it's like... Well, then we really start getting annoyed, and we're looking around to see what it is, and eventually the noise gets loud enough to be there's something odd about this. As you may have guessed it was a creeper, but there's something special about this creeper. So it comes out of the corner, a dark corner that we somehow couldn't see it in because we're blind or something. One of us catches onto it, and we're like, guys, ah! And then right before the creeper's about to explode, and it makes its crazy, about to explode hissing noise, James, the brave one, throws the 3 of us into escape pod. Out of instinct, we don't know if these things work. He throws us into the escape pod, and he goes to jump into the nether portal that was in the room. And it fit, I mean, there were 3 escape pods, so 3 of us were able to go. And James had to go into the nether to escape the impending blast. But the creeper, it was what we called the radioactive creeper, the nuclear creeper, or whatever it was. So when it exploded, it could release all of that radioactivity and alter some DNA and some genetics, causing some interesting things to happen. So, as the creeper is exploding, it activates the escape pods for whatever reason, and right before James enters the nether, he gets struck with some of this radioactivity in this blast. And that made some issues for all of us, really. But, okay, how did we get these powers? You probably didn't even know we had powers. I don't want to assume anything. James, okay, him being a fire wolf, now he's fire wolf, he was fire golem. Him being fire, whatever he is, he ended up in the nether. How we got our powers is the radioactivity. This is probably the most unscientific thing one could think of, but the radioactivity affected us in correspondence with the environment we ended up in. James ended up in the nether, and the radioactivity took in, or whatever, all of the surrounding matter and energy. It sounds so weird. And he ended up having fire powers or whatever. I somehow landed on a cloud, because logic doesn't exist in that world, and I ended up extracting the powers of air. Zeth landed either in a field or on top of a villager's house and extracted powers from earth and just labor. And James landed, James went into the nether. Alex landed in the middle of an ocean, deep underwater, so he extracted all the powers of water. So you got these 4 guys who wake up out of their escape pods. By the way, they were unconscious because of all the craziness that went on, explosions, and some awkwardly activated escape pods. So we wake up and we're like, whoa, oh man, what just happened? It's just crazy. We're all damaged, and I don't even know what happened. So they wake up, but they realize they got these, I don't know how this happened, they got these hoodies. These hoodies that were like, they had hoodies on originally, but their color was altered. Mine was white with a blue lining around the wrist and lining around the hoodie. James was red with black lining around the wrists, the bottom, and the hoodie. Zeth's was green and brown, and Alex's was blue and black, or dark blue, or something. But our hoodies had changed color, and in the original design for the characters, I designed the characters personally. We all, for some reason, had emo-ish hair, where, the hair was down, all like this, going over the one eye, and we looked sad and depressed. But, we had our hoodies, but the symbol, or something that basically represented the mob that we chose, me being Enderman, we had a face of that mob on our chest. So, hang on. I'm gonna go get my hoodie. So I'm back, and I have the hoodie, finally. It took me a minute to dig through some stuff and find it. Yes, I did basically make a replica of the hoodie. This is a more modern design, though. It's still kind of old, but this was an updated version of it after the original. This is the Hoodie King of Air's original hoodie, or the 2.0 hoodie. That sounded weird. In the original design, the eyes that you saw on the hood were on the chest, but in an updated design, I decided to put each animal or mob's face on the hood because it looked better. It looked like it better represented what was going on there. So also you probably noticed my my black shirt that I randomly popped up in. You might be wondering why that is. Well, I had some ideas, and James, if you're watching this, prepare to have your mind blown, kind of. It's a better, updated version of the Hoodie King's, I'm like cosplaying here on a video, this is really awkward. And you have the hood, you have my belt that's being kind of obvious at the moment, and you'd have, well, something a little more, logical than this. But yeah, you'd have a cloak, or I'd have a cloak. I'm not even looking at the camera, I got an issue here. The hood would have the Enderman eyes in the same spot, but there would be something a little different about the character design. I gotta explain to you guys something else. This video's way too long. We each had separate weapons, not in the beginning. In the beginning, in the original designs for the characters, we had a sword that corresponded to our elements. I had like a cloud sword, and James had a fire sword, etc. So, after some time, we realized, hey, this isn't going to work. We need to come up with individualized weapons for one another. I, being Air, chose a bow, and since I can shoot a bow reasonably well IRL, I thought it would be adequate. So how would you have a bow work with a cloak? Well, really, I have no idea. But I made it work. My dear grandfather, shout out to him. He and I built a quiver to put some arrows in, and I put it on my back. It looked good. It was black and purple to represent an Enderman. And I bought a bow for a decent price. It was like a junior long bow. It was this 35-pound pullback. It wasn't that great. But I spray painted it white, and I spray painted the handle purple to correspond with AirEnderman. So how would that work? I mean, the bow was real. It shot well. It looked good, etc. What I would do is I would put the cape to the side. I would do this, even though it looked kind of weird. I put the quiver on around my back here and my side, and around my shoulder. And the cloak wouldn't be touching it, it'd be off to the side a bit. In fact, I'm going to show you guys a picture, so I'll be right back one more time. Alright guys, I found the yearbook. I have 2 of them. Why did I get the yearbook? Well, I also took off the headset. I have a picture of myself. May God bless until you're subscribed. Thank you. This is mine. Let's see. Middle school had a thing every year called the Renaissance Feast, or Renaissance, whatever you'd call it. So we dress up as a character of some kind that we made up, or we'd buy something from the internet, buy a costume. I made every bit of my costume, almost, except for the jeans, and I took some old shoes, took out the laces, spray painted them gold, and replaced the laces with something a little more medieval. So, why did I get the yearbook for this? Well, my character basically is represented well in these pictures. In fact, I'm looking at a picture right now that I love to death. Okay, I'm going to show you guys 2 pictures without moving my camera, because then you'd see a really jacked up studio. Let's see here. I look really cool in this picture. So yeah, there I am, with my bow. That's the bow I was talking about, and that's the quiver I was referring to. Also had some gray gloves that I added to it. I forgot about that. And you see that? That's a pouch. It's a little brown pouch I made to add to the medieval effect. It also had some leather belts that I used for the straps of the quiver. I used some white jeans because it matched everything else. I made a black vest that I think originally it well, no, I don't think I ever did that. And there's the shoes I spray painted gold and replaced the laces with like brown yarn. I look pretty cool in this image though. It works well, but that's that image. There was another one off to the side here that better represented the cloak. That's not me. The cloak and quiver thing. Oh, this looks really good. That was my person that was selected for me at the Renaissance Feast. Those are my shoes, that is my cloak, and that is my quiver. Do you see how wonderful that looks? I don't know how it looked that good, but it does. This was a year or 2 ago, actually, so my hair, of course, I changed it just a little bit. And, yeah, I mean, I look pretty good in that picture. I look like an archer, which is what I was supposed to be. I was the royal archer. I was part of the royal court that year. Are there any more images of myself? Well, let's just see. There doesn't appear to be any. Maybe there... Oh, yep, there's another one that gets a close-up of me. Kind of. If it would focus. One can only hope it would focus. This video is really long. I apologize for that. I hope you had the patience to listen to me. Come on, buddy. You can do it. You can do it. I bet I don't even have it on autofocus. Let me do something here. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. So you see me there. I look stupid right there, but you see my cloak again. It has, I think that's the hood. That's kind of that curved part that's it's going down, and yeah, it stops right there. But it fit really well, and the quiver, well, let me just say, it was very uncomfortable. After some time, the little string that kept the cloak around me was choking me. It was just a really bad experience. I had a lot of belts on, so I was being squished to death. I mean, it looked really good, but it felt absolutely awful. But those are the pictures. I spent too much time showing you guys that. There's going to be a lot of editing involved here. But let's get back to my face. So yeah, I mean, that was me. It was pretty basic. I was AirEnderman. I was the Hoodie King of Air. My story, it was deep. Deep enough that I can't even remember what it was. So yeah, basically the Hoodie Kings were just this random group of guys with these random powers that somehow showed up by some unscientific standards. Just a bad combination of logic and reasoning and some misconceptions about Minecraft, like landing on clouds. Also, I have an AirEnderman channel because we wanted to make a story basically in Minecraft where we'd all get together. None of us had powerful enough computers that we could do that, but one day maybe I'll be able to make a series about it if we ever get together again and are able to do it. But I made an AirEnderman channel years ago to make the videos that we planned to do, but we never were able to. But then I realized, wow, you know, making that video was fun. I really want to start making videos for some people again, if anyone perhaps even slightly enjoyed them. But that's why I'm making videos now for you guys. This is AirEnderman, thanking all of you for being there to watch my videos, even though there are not many of you right now. I'm grateful that I'm able to make videos for all of you. That, my friends, is the origin of AirEnderman. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to check out the rest of my channel for all my other videos and some Air Plays videos as well. Episode 17 of Air Plays Metroid Fusion should be up yes, at some point. I'm sorry for that as well. Maybe some of you were anticipating it and it hasn't come around in a little while. But anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out more of my videos on my channel. I'll make sure to leave a link in the description for my channel. Be sure to like, favorite, and comment on this video and subscribe to my channel to become an Ari. Be looking for more in the future. And as always, God bless.